team will exit stage right. And on the mound beginning his warm-ups for the drive is left-hander Eric Rivera. Rivera, 6'2", 200-pounder. He's 24 years of age. From Caguas, Puerto Rico. He was signed as a minor league free agent in 2025 at the beginning of this season. He is making just his 6th appearance. It's his first start. He's 1-0 with what he did. He went an inning and a third of hitless baseball and struck out 3 of the 4 batters that he faced in that Sunday afternoon game against Rome. This is a Greensboro team that is at the top of the South Atlantic League standings in most offensive categories. They have doubled the Drive's home run production, 92 to Greenville's 46. But they will also put the ball on the ground as far as bunting. They steal a lot of bases. They do a number of different things. And when we start running through the numbers here, you're going to hear some pretty impressive power numbers. All right, ball goes down to second base and around the infield, and we are ready to play baseball as Connor Griffin will step in. He has just been promoted from Low A Bradenton. He's played 6 games, and in those 6 games, he's hit safely in all of them, homered twice, and driven in 8 runs. Rivera will work from the stretch. And his first pitch is on the outside corner, a strike, and we are underway officially at 6:48 p.m. Good to have you with us on MILB TV, Bally Live, our free audio link, and, of course, Booth Cam. 4 doubles already as well for the right-handed batting Griffin. He takes that one outside a ball. Our home plate umpire tonight is Caden Gustafson, and Justin Hilton is the umpire in the field. Sunny and 87 degrees as we get this one underway here this evening. The 1-1 pitch, and it misses down and in, 2 balls and a strike. Griffin will be followed by Will Taylor, who also is just up from Low A Bradenton, and then as Merlin Valdez. Here's the 2-1, and Rivera misses badly high and outside, 3 balls and a strike. And now time called, a pitch clock violation on the hitter Griffin, who was not in the box ready to go at the 8-second mark. So that's a strike. And the count's now full at 3-2. Here's the payoff, and ball 4 just a bit low. And that's how this one gets underway. Griffin trots on down to first, allows us to take a look at the drive defensively. Albert Feliz manning first base tonight. Nazon Zanatello at second. Franklin Arias at short. And at third, Justin Reamer. Left to right in the outfield, Yofiri Rodriguez, Miguel Blaise, and Will Turner. Johanfran Garcia is behind the plate. So the leadoff man aboard via the base on balls here is Will Taylor, who in 5 games has hit in the last 4 of them since being promoted. A .333 average in those 5 games, a home run, and 5 runs batted in. Another right-handed batter. Reamer even with the bag at third. Sanatello shading almost to the bag at second. And Garcia delivers, and the first pitch is in there for a strike. They're hoping to get 2 full innings out of Eric Rivera. I said Garcia, but Rivera. 30 pitches in that area is going to be his limit today, and then a well-rested bullpen behind him. Here's the 0-1, and a changeup swung on and fouled just to the left of the plate. It's a ball, or no balls and 2 strikes. And now the left-hander looking in to Garcia. to get the sign. And the 0-2 pitch is a breaking ball down and in. He tried to convince the home plate umpire that it hit him, and home plate umpire Caden Gustafson would have none of it. And after taking 3 or 4 steps toward first base, Will Taylor is back in the right-handed batter's box. Pretty good lead at first base, and there is strike 3 swinging. A changeup. He got just a piece of it, but held on to by Garcia. And there's one down. Well, here's the man that the fans chose as the Burger King K-Man of the night. And he has struck out 63 times on the year, but Esmeralda Valdez also hitting .310 with 16 home runs and 45 runs batted in. There's another throw to first base, driving Griffin back. 15 doubles, a triple. He's hit in 9 consecutive games. Been on base in 11 straight and has driven in a run in 5 in a row. They've got him picked off. Throw to first. Feliza's throw down to Zanatello at second. The tag. And Connor Griffin is out. 1 to 3 to 4 on the caught stealing. And just like that, 2 outs and the base is empty. So without seeing a pitch, Valdez now batting with the bases empty and 2 down. And there's a swing and a miss, and he was spinning on a breaking ball and came up empty, 0-1. Should he reach, Jace Bowen would get a shot here in the first inning. Rivera's 0-1. And he took something off and got the inside corner with a strike. It's quickly 0-2. So he's jumped out ahead. No balls and 2 strikes. Here comes pitch number 12 of this first inning. The 0-2 is in the air. Right center field. Hit pretty well, but Turner back to the middle of the warning track. Makes the catch. And the inning is over. Valdez gave it a ride, but Turner able to run it down. After a half inning, it's Greensboro nothing, and the drive coming to bat.
Dan Scott here for Todaro Pizza.
Not the game. Hey, Seth, let's give away some T-shirts.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your TD Bank T-shirt toss. So get up and make some noise. Let me hear ya. Get up out of those seats. Who wants a T-shirt? Reedy's got one. Reedy's got one. All right, let's hear it. Let's hear it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is your TD Bank T-shirt toss. Now let's get up, make some noise for the drive. Here we go.
We have made it to the bottom of the first inning. Drive will swing the bats for the first time, and they will do so against Greensboro right-hander Christian Curtis. Curtis, 6'5", 210-pounder. He's 23 years old, out of Beaumont, Texas. He is making his 13th start of the year. 1 win, 5 losses, and a .548 earned run average. 42 2/3 innings, 46 hits, 34 runs, 26 of them earned. He's allowed 6 home runs, has walked 26, struck out 49, and opponents hitting .267 against him. He will face Franklin Arias, Michelle Blaise, and Johanfran Garcia here in the bottom of the first inning. Franklin Arias has been in a bit of a tailspin. Last homestand, his average had creeped up near 380. And he's hitting .316 right now with 3 homers and 25 RBIs. The first pitch was a ball up and in, and that breaking ball misses. 2 balls and no strikes. Still, it has been a really good offensive output for this young man. And he swings, and it's 1-0. Welcome back to Fluor Field. Off the light standard above the Green Monster, out towards left center field, his 4th of the season. And just like that, the Drive have the early lead. You know, they hit 17 home runs in the 12 games on the last 2-week homestand, and not a single one of them was cheap. Neither is this one. And he knew it, and everybody in the ballpark knew it as soon as it left the bat. 26 RBIs, and now here's Miguel Blaze, who leads the club in homers with 10 and in RBIs with 38 to go along with a .244 batting average. And the first pitch to him is a little slider, it looked like, that dropped on the outside corner, a strike. 7th home run that Curtis has allowed on the season. The 0-1, and Blaze waves at a breaking ball down and away. No balls and 2 strikes. They play him in left and center, a bit the other way in the outfield. The right fielder, Valdez, is straight away but deep. Ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander winds and delivers, and strike 3 swinging. Another breaking ball down, and Blaze becomes the first out of the inning. Let's take a look now at the Greensboro defensive alignment. Jesus Castillo manning first base. Keener Delgado at second. Connor Griffin at short. Javier Rivas at third. In the outfield, Will Taylor in left, Jace Bowen in center, as Merlin Valdez in right, and Omar Alfonso behind the plate. Here is Johanfran Garcia. This is his 5th game since being promoted. And he is going to be taking over a lot of the catching duties here. He's quickly down 2 strikes. Has been on base in each of the 4 games he's played. He's 4 for 15 in those games, still looking for his first run batted in. And he takes a fastball high. 1-2. The Franklin Arias leadoff home run here in the bottom of the first inning has given the Drive a 1-0 lead. Here is the 1-2 pitch. And that one is popped foul down beyond first base and will spin back into the seats. Crowd still kind of milling its way about. Green Monster seats are about half full. Got a group in the pavilion on top of the building above the Monster. Garcia, long look into his catcher, and now the 1-2 again. And it's fouled back over our head and out of play. The Thursday and Friday games of this series will be on the Palmetto Sports and Entertainment Network. Here's the 1-2 again. Bounced it up there, 2 balls and 2 strikes. It'll be very interesting if we get to that Thursday game that will be on over-the-air linear television in the region and on Spectrum Cable as well. If that game could have ultimate first-half playoff implications. Here is a rocket out into left center field. That's going to get up the gap and be off the base of the wall. Picked up by Bowen, the center fielder. Wheels it back to the infield and in head first with the slide. With his first extra base hit as a member of the Drive is Johanfran Garcia. He smoked that baby into left center field. And he's in scoring position with 1 out. was good at bat, too. He fell behind a ball, or no balls and 2 strikes, battled it back to even, and then drilled that ball into the gap for a double. Now here's Nazan Zanatello. 165 batter. He's homered 5 times, 3 of them on the last homestand. 21 RBIs. Still working through the changes in the batting stance. They spread out the feet. They've lowered the hands. Work in progress, but some of the early returns have been pretty impressive. The 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss. On the just completed road trip, he did strike out 10 times to give him 95 total on the season. But he walked 5 more times, and that number has started to creep up. It now stands at 34, and he's actually drawn bases on balls in 3 consecutive games. The 1-1 pitch, that's in the dirt. Rolls away from the catcher, but not nearly far enough for Garcia to think about moving at second base. And all of these players at this level are here for a reason. Development. Here's a 2-1. And he swings and he hits one back into deep left field. Did he get enough of it? No, it's off the very top of the wall. Garcia rounding third. He's going to score. Zanatello into second base with an RBI double. Back-to-back 2 base hits by Garcia, and Zanatello add another run in the drive up 2-0. And he may have missed by a foot or less of his 6th home run of the season. So here is Yofiri Rodriguez. He homered on the Hudson Valley road trip, his 3rd of the season. Batting average at 198, still trying to get up above the Mendoza line, and he fouls the first pitch straight back over the roof and out of play. Outfield just about straight away for him, maybe giving him a little bit of room out in right center. Zanatello a good lead at second, and here's a ground ball hit to the first baseman Castillo, who will take it to the bag himself. 2 outs as Zanatello moves up to third. And we'll get our first look of the evening at Brooks Brannon. He's hit in 2 straight, 269 average, 5 homers, 29 runs batted in. They went to Hudson Valley, split that series last weekend, did the Drive, and Hudson Valley has the #1 pitching staff in the league. A 270 earned run average as a team coming into play tonight. They lost a pair of 1-0 games in that series, Friday and Saturday, but an 8-4 win on Sunday allowed them to gain the series split and remain a half game behind Bowling Green. 1 ball and 1 strike to the 269 hitting Drive DH tonight. And that one's in the dirt. Blocked by Alfonso. 2-1. Drive as a team hitting .247 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position, which is toward the top of the league. You talked about Greensboro offensively, their numbers #1 or close in just about every place you can imagine. The 2-1 pitch, and Brandon waves at a pitch away. Comes up empty, 2-2. They're playing him as an opposite field hitter in the outfield. 2 runs in, and Zanatello at third with 2 down here in the bottom of the 1st inning. Break-even pitch to Brandon, and he fouls it out of here first base side up towards the concourse. Should Brandon reach? we'd see Justin Reamer for the first time. Infield is back. And again, the 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. And a line drive, base hit into right field. Poked it toward the line. Scoring from third is Zanatello. And a 2-out RBI hit off the bat of Brooks Brannon extends the drive lead to 3-0. His 30th run batted into the year. Pitch on the outer part of the plate. He just went out and got it. And that's going to get pitching coach Matt Myers on his way out to the mound. Which will give me an opportunity to sing the praises of Todaro Pizza because they delivered to the press box here tonight, as they do once a month. And, well, again, I was the most popular man in the press box for this one night. But you can experience them anytime. On Wednesday nights, they have dollar slice night from 6 to 10. Mondays is cheap pizza night from 5 to 10. The lunchtime buffet is every day. And they're just down the street from the ballpark on Markley. Todaro Pizza. Tell them you heard about them here on the Greenville Drive broadcasts. So the meeting at the mound over, and Justin Reamer, the number 7 hitter in the Drive batting order, becomes the 7th man to bat in this bottom of the first inning. .259 batter with 10 runs batted in. Brannon a short lead at first. 3 runs in. It's 3-0 Drive. And Curtis with his first pitch, and Reamer smokes one into center field towards left center, but getting over to make the catch is Jace Bowen. And the inning is over. Reamer hit it dead on the screws, but pretty much at Bowen. 3 runs in the inning on 4 hits, and after 1 complete, the Drive with the early 3-0 lead here at Fluor Field.
You really messed up. I really messed up.
Wishes can heal. We see it all the time.
Your wish to have a gaming computer was granted?
This wish allowed them to dream, and just feeling important and feeling the community involvement is just an amazing feeling, and somebody care about you.
The biggest unexpected benefit of my wish was the way I was able to use it as a tool to get through chemotherapy and just to keep me motivated.
The fact that Make-A-Wish could give us something hopeful and happy, I'm just so thankful for it. It had such an impact.
Drive with the early 3-0 lead, and one young man who will not be in the Greenville Drive lineup any longer is Andy Lugo. He was traded last week to the Minnesota Twins. You just saw on the graphic there. So best wishes to Andy. He provided us with some fun moments in the first half of this season, including that viral bat flip there that you saw at the end of that package. So here is Eric Rivera, his second inning of work, and that is pretty much what we're going to get out of him today. And the first batter he will face is Jace Bowen, who is in a Double-A rehab assignment coming down from Altoona. We remember him from his time here last year. Here's a ground ball left side that Reamer, the third baseman, scoots to his left, picks and throws, and there's one down. Now Deuce Gorson hitting .265 as he steps in. Lefty versus left-handed batter, and Rivera's first pitch is a breaking ball strike. Again, the Drive, a couple of late scratches in the lineup. Nellie Taylor and Friley Encarnacion both were the original lineup, but both were scratched with what they believe are just some minor irritations, and hoping that they'll both be back as soon as tomorrow. And Antonio Anderson also was out with a similar scenario today. They're hoping that all three of them will be back in the lineup maybe as soon as tomorrow, but definitely as the series goes on. But as we know, that always remains to be seen. No balls and 2 strikes to Gorson, and just missed the outside edge with that fastball, 1-2. I asked Liam Carroll, I said, at this level, do you have a hard time getting guys to tell you when they've got a little minor irritation? Here's a 1-2 pitch, misses inside, 2-2. And he says they actually encourage it, because the one thing they don't want to happen is what does happen occasionally. A guy will come up or something will happen that turns out to be more serious, and he'll say, well, I felt something 2 weeks ago but didn't think anything of it and tried to play through it. At the big league level, you're expected to do that more often than you are here. Here, they want you to be honest about it. Here's a 3-2 pitch, and he misses inside, ball 4. So Rivera, after getting ahead 0-2, ends up losing Gorson, and he is a one-out base runner. Second walk issued by the Drive lefty.
The catcher, Omar Alfonso.
And now here's Omar Alfonso. 9 homers, 32 runs batted in, a .246 average. And he takes a breaking ball outside a ball. He's the number 19 prospect, according to MLB and the Pirates organization. Long pause, and the 1-0. That breaking ball gets in there for a strike, 1-1. With Curtis on the mound, they have 4 of the Pittsburgh top 30 prospects in their lineup. Griffin, who led off, number 2. Alfonso here now at number 19. And he taps one back toward the mound. Rivera throws to second, and he short-hopped Arias, who couldn't handle the throw, and all hands are safe. So Alfonso will reach first on a fielder's choice, and Gorson will be safe at second on a throwing error by the pitcher Rivera. And with 2 on and 1 out, here's Javier Rivas. The on-deck hitter now, Keener Delgado, is the number 26 prospect in the Pittsburgh organization, and starting pitcher Christian Curtis is number 24. Rivas has homered 12 times, driven in 41 runs, hitting .279, and talked about their team offense. Number 1 in the league with a .254 batting average. Runners in scoring position, number 1 at .268. Number 1 with 2 outs and runners in scoring position at .263. So you don't want to give this team extra outs. And that's what Rivera did with that throwing error there. And after missing with ball 1 to Rivas, pitching coach Bob Kipper is on his way out to the mound. Allow me to remind you that State Farm agent Ed Patterson is standing by to help you with great service and surprisingly great rates. Visit him today at Cherrydale Plaza in Greenville. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. So after the meeting at the mound, Eric Rivera will resume his work against Javier Rivas. Long, lanky right-handed batter. Backward glance at second. still holding, and now the 1-0. Swing and a miss. 94-mile-an-hour fastball moving away from the right-handed batter. Rivera has thrown one double play ground ball in his 13-plus innings. And Rivas has not grounded into a twin killing yet this season. So there's a first time for everything, and this would be a good time for that. 2 balls and a strike. First and second, runners go. Pitch is swung on and missed. The throw down to second is high and offline. Not a great pitch to throw on, so stolen bases for Gorson, who's now at third, and Alfonso, who stands at second, and a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Rivas. So the Drive with a 3-0 lead here in the top of the second inning, but thanks to the walk and the throwing error, and now the double steal, Greensboro threatening. Second and third, 1 out. Infield back. And the 2-2 pitch. And it's hit hard and into left field, a base hit. A hanging breaking ball. 1 run scored. They're going to hold the runner at third. And Rivas with his 42nd run batted in. It's a 3-1 game. So the double steal pays immediate dividends as Gorson scores. Alfonso stops at third. And here comes Liam Carroll. The pitch limit has been reached, and that will be all for Eric Rivera. So his continued comeback from his injury will wrap up after an inning and a third tonight, and we have an Atlanta Bread Company call to the bullpen. And we'll tell you about the new Drive pitcher when we return in just a moment.
Dan Scott here for the Atlanta Bread Company. What do I like about Atlanta Bread? Well, too much to mention in a short commercial, but here are a few things. Bread baked daily.
When your hometown and your home team are as community-minded, as hospitable, and as much fun as ours are. When your hometown and your home team are worth clapping and shouting and cheering for. When your hometown and your home team are at the top of their game. Well, then all of us who live here and work here and root here are champions. The Greenville Drive, our home team. For tickets, visit greenvilledrive.com.
You might know that State Farm agent Ed Patterson has great service. He's your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? Yep, that's right. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Ed Patterson has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Greenville. So call State Farm agent Ed Patterson at 864-322-0031 for your surprisingly great rates today.
Like a good neighbor. Drive brings on left-hander Michael Sansone, 5'9", 195-pounder. He's 25 years old, out of Cheshire, Connecticut. Signed as a minor league free agent last year. Began the season at Salem. And since being promoted to Greenville has been pretty good. I'd say 1-0, a 138 earned run average. This will be his 5th appearance, 4th in relief. 13 innings, 7 hits, 2 runs earned, 2 walks, 11 strikeouts. He's allowed a single home run, hit a batter, and opponents hitting just 159 against him. He comes on to face the number 8 hitter, Keener Delgado, with runners at first and third and 1 out, a run in. Drives lead cut to 3-1 here in the top of the second inning. And Sansone will work from the stretch, and his first pitch is a changeup outside, ball 1. He had the start here going back to the previous homestand against Jersey Shore, I believe it was, in one of the games of that doubleheader. 7-inning game, and he, in his only start of the season, threw 6 innings and allowed just a single run. He's behind 2 balls and no strikes here. Delgado hitting .251 with 9 homers and 31 runs batted in. There's ball 3 that misses inside, and Sansone a pitch away from loading the bases. Delgado dropped his bat, had to reach across the plate to get it. And now the 3-0 is in there for a strike, 3-1. Outfield straightaway, huge hole on the right side of the infield. Zanatello near the bag and Feliz holding on the runner. The 3-1 is lined into left field for a base hit. Coming in from third base to score is Alfonso, and it's a 3-2 game. RBI number 32 for Delgado. Stopping at second is Rivas. Drives lead cut to 1, and here's the number 9 hitter, Jesus Castillo. Ball wasn't hit particularly hard, but had enough lift on it to get over the shortstop Arias and drop out into shallow left center for a base hit. Jesus Castillo, a .273 batter. He's hit in 6 straight games. And he shows bunt, pulls the bat back, and it misses inside, ball 1. Inning began with Jace Bowen grounding out the third. Gorson walked, and then Alfonso tapped one back to the mound. Rivera threw short of Arias at second base, short-hopped him. He could not hold on to it. Throwing error had him at first and second. The double steal and then the base hit by Rivas made it 3-1. Rivera exited because of his pitch count. Swing and a miss, 2-1. In came Sansone, and Delgado with the soft single to the left drives in Alfonso to make it a 3-2 game. The 2-1 pitch, and he got in on his fist and he fouled it over by the third base dugout. 2-2. Leadoff hitter Connor Griffin waiting in the on-deck circle. The drive got 3 in the bottom of the first inning. Greensboro has come back with 2 here in the top of the second and still batting. 2 on, 1 out. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 swinging. Pitch a little bit up, but fooled him with the speed, had him out in front. 2 down. First strikeout for Sansone, and back to the top of the order for Griffin, who led off the game with a walk but was picked off at first base. So let's see if Sansone can get Griffin and limit the damage to just the 2 runs, and he should. There's a ground ball right at Zanatello, who was shading up the middle. The second baseman throws him out, and the inning is over. They get 2 runs, both unearned. And we head to the bottom of the second with the drive on top now by a score of 3-2 here at Fluor Field.
Since 2006, Kunze Staffing has not only strived for excellence.
Contestants to you. First up, we've got Bacon. All right, next up, let's hear it for Ham. And last, but certainly not least, Hot Dog. All right, they're going to race around the warning track right here to Emma and Sarah. And the first one to go through the jump rope is the winner, Greenville. Are you ready? Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go! And they are off, ladies and gentlemen. And Ham is out to a commanding lead, followed right behind Bacon with Hot Dog, who is not going to be left behind. And here they come around the curve, past the foul pole line, up to the foul line, and Ham is still in the lead, but Bacon is trying to close. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Ham for the win, followed by Bacon, and last again, but not.
Find both on Facebook today. Well, bottom of the second inning. Drives 3-0 lead, now stands at 3-2. And we'll get 8, 9, and 1. Will Turner, Albert Feliz, and Franklin Arias. Turner was one of the college draftees that joined the drive in the second half of last year. and has been on the injured list all season. He's played one game, and that was Sunday at Hudson Valley, where he went 0 for 4. Did draw a base on balls, takes a strike here. Left-handed batter. And that pitch from Curtis is outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Turner, a Dothan, Alabama native, was drafted in the 7th round last year. And he swings at a breaking ball and hits it in the air back into center field. Drifting back is Bowen to the warning track. And in the middle of the triangle, he hauls it in for the first out. So Turner hit it a long way, but nothing to show for it. And now here's Albert Feliz. Like Turner, a late addition to the batting order. 197 hitter. 2 homers and 8 RBIs. He's got a couple of streaks going, and he hits this one back into deep left center field. I think he got under it too much, though, and back at the notch, leaping and making the catch, is the left fielder, Will Taylor. Well, Feliz was out in front of that ball a little bit and still almost got it out of here. Deep fly ball to the left fielder for the second out of the inning. Talking about his streaks, he struck out in 18 consecutive games, but he's hit in 5 straight. Now Franklin Arias, who homered leading off the drive first inning. His 4th of the year. And the pitch from Curtis is a breaking ball down and away. So a pair of deep fly balls, either one of which, if they were pulled 10 feet further to the left, would have been home runs. Instead, they were long outs to begin the inning. And Arias shoots one back through the middle into center field, a base hit. He's 2 for 2. Already the 5th hit for the drive. And now Miguel Blaise will bat. He struck out swinging his first time up. Short lead at first for Arias. And Blaise takes a fastball off the plate for ball 1. The 1-0. Fastball down and in. 2 balls and a strike. Got our email up and running. Would love to hear from you. All game long. Drivebooth@yahoo.com. Drivebooth@yahoo.com. The 2-0 pitch. And he misses low, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes to Blaise. Franklin Arias at first. And 2 down. And now Christian Curtis wants a new baseball, and home plate umpire Caden Gustafson complies. See if he gets something to swing at here on 3-0. He does, and he pops it up. Middle of the infield, coming in behind the mound is a shortstop Griffin, who puts it away with one hand, and the inning is over. So they get the hit, and that's it. And we have completed 2 full innings here at Fluor Field in the first game of this series, a drive with the early 3-2 lead on Greensboro.
Lake Bowen Baptist.
You might know that State Farm agent Ed Patterson has great service. He's your good neighbor after all. But did you know State Farm has surprisingly great rates too? Yep, that's right. Along with good neighbor service, State Farm agent Ed Patterson has surprisingly great rates for everyone in Greenville. So call State Farm agent Ed Patterson at 864-322-0031 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Listen up, baseball fans. The Valley Live app is your home for everything minor league baseball. Download the app today and watch every single minor league baseball game absolutely free. You can chat, you can interact with other fans, play daily games, and win prizes. Plus, you're going to get access to the MILB Zone, where you can follow your favorite MILB players and teams all season long. So step up to the plate and download the Valley Live app today.
.org today. That's danscottshow.org.
Top of the third inning at Floor. Game 1 of this 6-game series between the Drive and Greensboro. Michael Sansone about to begin his first full inning of work. Dan Scott with you. Tom Van Hoy is vacationing. He'll be back in the booth with me on Saturday, and then he'll be flying solo on Sunday. Angela and I take off on vacation. Leading it off is the number 2 hitter, Will Taylor, who struck out his first time up, and first pitch swinging grounds it to the left of Arias to shortstop. Ranging to his left, picks it in his running throw in time to get Taylor. 1 pitch and 1 out. Nice play by the Drive shortstop. Now, as Merlin Valdez, who flied to the warning track in deep right center his first time up. First pitch from Sansone is in for a strike. "16 homers, 45 RBIs for this guy. And he hits it high and deep down the left field line. Rodriguez, warning track, leaping against the wall, and he can't make the catch. It hit his glove, but he could not hang on. And Valdez into second base with his 16th double of the season. Rodriguez was playing in a bit and towards left center. Had to go a long way to get it, but got there, braced himself, and on the leap didn't make the catch. So a double, that's the tying run. With 1 out, and here's Bowen, who grounded to third his first time up. Sansone's first pitch is a swing and a miss at a changeup. Sansone is not going to blow you away. His fastball is going to top out somewhere in the upper 80s. But a wide variety of breaking stuff, off-speed stuff. And watching him in that start here on the last homestand, it was really a thing of beauty in a game these days which is so geared towards everybody throwing as hard as they can. To watch a guy work like Sansone worked was really refreshing. You'd like to think that if he has success, he's going to get a chance to move up the ladder. The reality of that is perhaps not. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bowen. And a foul back to the screen just to the right of the plate. 1-2. Sansone pitched 4 years at Fairfield. Pitched 2 years in the prestigious Cape Cod League. That pitch misses inside, 2-2. Undrafted out of college. Signed with the Rays, was in their organization for a couple of years before being released, and was with the YOLO High Wheelers of the Pioneer League when he signed with Boston in April of last year. Here's a little looping line drive, base hit into left field. They're going to send the runner around. Rodriguez picks his throw to the plate, not nearly in time. Valdez scores to tie the game at 3. And on the throw, moving into second base is Bowen. And we start from scratch here in the third. It's 3-3. Again, the ball that wasn't hit all that hard. But with Rodriguez playing toward left center, had a long way to go get it. And then a 360 spin to right himself for the throw and just had no chance to get Valdez. Now Deuce Gorson, who walked and scored in the last inning. And he takes it ball one. Throw back gets away, but no advancement. Sansone backward glance at second. The 1-0 pitch, and it's popped up. Left side of the infield, Reamer at third. Near the line, fair territory. He makes the play, and there are two down. So 2 away. The go-ahead run for Greensboro still at second base. Here is Omar Alfonso. He hit that one hopper back to the mound that Eric Rivera threw in the dirt at second base that started the issues in the last inning. Breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike. 0-1. Trying to get him, leave the runner stranded at second base, and keep this game tied at 3 here in the top of the third inning. And a breaking ball fouled out of here left side. No balls and 2 strikes. Of course, the biggest news permeating its way through the entire Red Sox organization was the, I think you'd have to say, both unexpected and stunning trade of Rafael Devers in the last couple of days. Pitch up and in, and it got him on the hand. And that one hurt. Alfonso clutching the wrist as he walks up the first baseline, away from the bag. Manager, trainer, first base coach, all out there trying to make sure he's okay. Boy, anytime you get hit on the hand, you just hold your breath. Get another look at it. It looked like it got him on the wrist of the bottom hand, the right hand. Stephanie Lombardo, the first base coach, also out there with manager Blake Butler, trainer Coleman Duke. And he's showing that he can make a fist. We'll see if he's able to stay in the game. And it looks like, at least for the moment, the answer to that is yes. So, first and second with 2 out now. And Javier Rivas, who drove in a run with a base hit in the last inning, will step in. 3-3 the score, and the first pitch is low and in, ball 1. Outfield straight away. Sansone trying to pitch around this 2-on, 2-out situation, limit the damage to just a run. Runner at second goes, and he went too soon. Throw to Reamer, toss it to Zanatello, who puts the tag on him, and the inning is over. That's heads up by Michael Sansone. It'll go 1-5-4 on the out, and the inning is over. Second base runner that Greensboro's lost on the pads. Middle of the third, 3-3 the score.
Lakebowen Baptist Church.
With Jake and Hampton's rising 7th graders at Beck Academy. Now we're going to do the Rallyville Dizzy Bat Derby. Now what we're going to do is they are going to spin 3 times and then try and hit it out. And then spin 3 times and try and hit it out. And whoever hits out the most at the end is the winner. Jake, are you ready? Hampton, are you ready? Greenville, are you ready? All right, let's cheer them on. We're going to spin in 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, hit. Tee it up again, tee it up again. Let's see, let's see. Hampton takes a hit. Oh, no, Jake's got one out. Jake's got one out. Spin. And hit. Oh, we got 1-1. Let's count them down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we have to end it. It is a tie. 1-1. The winners. That is your Rallyville Dizzy Bat.
Well, if the first 2.5 innings of this game are an indication of what we are in store for this entire series, buckle up. 3-3 the score. Dan Scott back with you here at Fluor Field. A lot of action already. Drive will have 3, 4, and 5. Johanfran Garcia, Nazan Zanatello, and Yofiri Rodriguez all due up. .6:45 tomorrow night, as well as Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and 3:05 on Sunday. Johanfran Garcia, a double and a run scored in the first inning. His first extra base hit since being promoted. And he's spinning on the first pitch, and he fouls it straight back. No balls and a strike. And that breaking ball from Curtis drops in for a strike. It's 0-2. He was at 0-2 his first at-bat. Fought his way back, but not this time as that breaking ball drops on the outside corner, and he knew it. Strike 3 called, and that is the second strikeout for Christian Curtis. It was Nazan Zanatello who had an RBI double and a run scored in the first inning. First pitch from Curtis to him is lined back through the middle into center field for a base hit. So Zanatello 2 for 2. He's a one-out base runner. And we will see Yofiri Rodriguez, who grounded to first his first time up. Drive got 3 in the first, Greensboro 2 in the second, 1 in the top of this third. And now Greenville with 1 on and 1 out here in the bottom of the third inning. First pitch to Rodriguez, checks his swing on a pitch in the dirt. Did he go? He did, says the field umpire Justin Hilton. And now he's down no balls and 2 strikes as he takes a changeup through the heart of the plate. So Rodriguez in a big-time hole. Curtis pitching, and it's in the dirt. Sanatello going to take off. The throw down is not in time. Oh, they say he got him. Wow. From here, it looked like he got the hand in ahead of the tag. Zanatello saying as much as he jogs off the field. But it'll go down as a 2-4. And here's another look from a high home plate camera. He was safe. He got the hand in. The tag was on the waist. But 2 outs and the base is empty. And a 1-2 pitch to Rodriguez. And he fouls it off to the left. So holding it 1-2. Now 2 outs and the base is empty. And he pops this one foul and out of play left side. Our friend Scott Keeler, who works many of these games but is not working today, commenting on our booth cam that he doesn't know if he can take a baseball season in which Tom Van Hoy and Tom Hamilton, the Indians broadcaster, take a vacation the same week, smack dab in the middle of June. Well, I don't know where Tom Hamilton is, but I can guarantee you Tom Van Hoy's having a good time. Fly ball left center field. Calling for it out there is the left fielder Will Taylor. He'll make the catch at the edge of the warning track. And the inning is over. So the Drive get a hit, but nobody left. And after 3 innings complete here at Fluor Field, it's the Drive 3 and Greensboro 3. We'll be back in just a moment.
You already know about the great food at Arden's Burger and Grill in Central, the amazing variety of wings, the gourmet burgers, and so much more. Now, take it a step further. The folks at Arden's are excited to announce they are the proud owners of Beef and Rib in Westminster. So along with the expected elements of Arden's menu, Beef and Rib also offers a daily meat and 3, home-cooked, freshly made, simply delicious. So now you can step up to the plate in either location. Arden's Burger and Grill in Central, Beef and Rib in Westminster. Find both on Facebook today.
Is growing, bringing new businesses and opportunities. The need for electricity is growing too. At Duke Energy, we're meeting the challenge, providing even more electricity that's reliable, that stays affordable. To do this, we're investing in our communities with a diverse, balanced mix of energy sources and making targeted upgrades to the grid so that South Carolina can thrive in a smarter energy future.
Well, I misspoke earlier. Scott Keeler is working. In fact, he's working the Green Monster this evening. Our 3-inning totals, that is unquestionably correct because he's out there. 3 runs, 6 hits, an error for the Drive. 3-4-0 for Greensboro. The Grasshoppers have the bottom third of their order due up here in the top of the 4th inning against Michael Sansone. Javier Rivas was at the plate when Omar Alfonso was thrown out, taking off for third, trying to steal the bag, but Sansone hadn't started his motion yet. He stepped off and able to throw to third and then down to Zanatello in the rundown to get him. So the first pitch to Rivas is a breaking ball for a strike. Right-handed batter, just a bit of an open stance, and he pops this one foul off of first. Feliz coming over at the far end of the dugout, but it's out of play. And Sansone quickly ahead 0-2. Starting to see some clouds make their way over the ballpark here. No, there was a severe thunderstorm in another part of Greenville County that we got a notice on. Hopefully nothing is going to bother us here tonight. Sansone ready with the 0-2 pitch. Strike three swinging. Change up. Dying down and away to the right-handed batter. And there's one down. Yeah, while Punchy and I are here slaving away, the Van Hoy clan is living the high life on the Hawaiian Islands. Keno Delgado had an RBI single his first time up, takes it inside for a ball. He was the first batter that Sansone faced when he came on to replace Eric Rivera in the second inning. Rivera, 28 pitches, 16 strikes, and that was by design. They were hoping to get 2 full innings out of him, 30 pitches, and did not let him start a new hitter after giving up the base hit to Rivas on his 28th pitch. The 2-0 was a changeup that stays a little bit high, 3 balls and no strikes. Number 9 hitter Jesus Castillo waiting on deck. Sansone winds the 3-0, and it's in there for a strike. Again, what's it?